Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Sunday Night Football postgame show. Well, the Matthew Stafford era has arrived. The LA Rams beat the Chicago Bears 34-14 tonight on Sunday Night Football at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Matthew Stafford soared in his debut with the LA Rams tonight. The Rams had two straight scoring drives in the first quarter, first half, and the Rams had control of this game from the get-go. First quarter, the Matt Stafford pass deep right, complete to Jefferson for a 33-yard, a 67-yard touchdown, and Matt Gay's extra point is good. It was 7-0 Rams. The Bears had a I think it was a turnover on downs, I believe. It was an incomplete pass they had, and then the Rams got the ball back, and then they got in the field goal range. They got 53 yards, and so they got in the field goal range, weren't able to get a touchdown. Matt Gay's 53-yard field goal attempt was good, and it was 10-0 Rams at the end of the first half. In the second quarter, the Bears went 3 and out and had to punt, so the Rams got the ball back again, and they got in. They tried to score a touchdown, but couldn't. They got in the field goal range. Hetker's Matt Gay's 22-yard field goal attempt was good, and it was 13-0 Rams. Then the Bears finally scored a touchdown. David Montgomery's they scored a touchdown. It was a 3-yard TD score. I guess it's David Montgomery, I believe. And Montgomery's Montgomery's rushed up the middle to the Rams end zone for a 3-yard touchdown, and Chris Santos field goal, an extra point is good, and it was 13-7 at the end of the first half. Third quarter, Matt Stafford passed deep right complete to Chad Kopp, I believe, and it was a 56-yard TD. Matt Gay's extra point is good, and it was 20-7 to 7 Rams. And then Justin Fields rushed right for a 3-yard touchdown to the Rams end zone, and Chris Santos extra point is good. It was 20-14. Then Henderson rushed up the middle to Chicago end zone for a 1-yard TD. Matt Gay's extra point is good, and it was 27-14. In the fourth, Rams scored a touchdown. So we'll come back to that. All right, Matt Stafford pass deep, short middle, complete to the Chicago, made by R. Woods at the gain of 2 yards, a 2-yard TD. It was a penalty on Chicago, and the defensive line was 5 yards declined, but Matt Gay's extra point is good, and it was 34-14 Chicago, LA. And the Chicago Bears had a turnover on downs, and Andy Dalton steps back to pass, and Andy Dalton sacked it for 27 for 9 yards, and then all the all the Rams had to do was just take 2 kneels, and they just were able to end the ball game. And nonetheless, the Rams win by the final score of 34-14, and I have to give the game balls to and I gotta see what David Montgomery. I was right. I just needed to make sure it was to Matt Stafford. He gets a game ball. 20 of 26 carries and attempts, 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. Darrell Henderson, that's the name I was referring to, who scored once in that game. And he gets a game ball. 70 yards, 1 touchdown, 16 attempts. And Cooper Kupp, not Chris Kupp, that was Cooper Kupp, excuse me. And he gets a game ball, 108 yards, 1 touchdown, 7 receptions. So, Rams are 1-0. The Bears fall to 0-1. So we have one more game tomorrow night, and that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders at 8:15 on ESPN. And that's Monday Night Football. And I'm going to Baltimore right now. I am 8-7. My brother-in-law is 9-6. So it looks like my brother-in-law is going to win the picks this week, and I'll start out at 0-1. And we'll look ahead to next week, to week 2. And to kick off week 2, the New York Giants will travel to Washington to take on the Washington football team on Thursday Night Football. And then Sunday, the New Orleans Saints will travel to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. The Cincinnati Bengals will go to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. The Browns have their home opener, First Energy Stadium. They will take on the Houston Texans. And the Los Angeles Rams will travel to Indianapolis. We'll take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Denver Broncos will travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Buffalo Bills will travel to Miami, and they will take on the Miami Dolphins. The New England Patriots will travel to New York to take on the Jets. The San Francisco 49ers will take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. The Las Vegas Raiders, after their Monday night game tomorrow night, we'll see if they win or lose on that one. If they get the win or the lose, the loss, we'll have to wait and see. They will travel to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. The Minnesota Vikings, after their loss today to the Bengals in overtime, will travel to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. The Atlanta Falcons will travel to Tampa Bay to take on the reigning Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Dallas Cowboys will travel to LA to take on the LA Chargers at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The Tennessee Titans will travel to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks at Safeco Field, at a Century Field, Link Field in Seattle. I believe, it's at Lumen Field, excuse me, in Seattle. The Kansas City Chiefs will travel to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens at Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. And that'll be the Sunday night game next week. And next week's Monday night game, the Detroit Lions will travel to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, to take on the Detroit Lions. So that's for next week in week 2. But we have one game left in week 1, and that is the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas tomorrow night at 8:15 on ESPN. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Sunday Night Football post-game show. I'll be back tomorrow with the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football pre-game show before the game and the post-game show after the game. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.